Good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, depending on where in the world you are signing in from. I'm very excited to present a recorded interview from Alaska Silver's CEO Kip Mars and Principal Geologist Sage Langston Stewart. They're on the ground at Illinois Creek, Waterpump Creek, answering our questions. Always exciting to be able to talk to a team while they're on the ground. I will say, while this is a recording, I still encourage you to use the chat function at the bottom of your screen during today's event. I'll pass on any questions you have to the team at Alaska Silver, and they'll be able to get back to you as soon as possible. There's also a request meeting button just at the bottom of your screen. You can press that at any point during today's event, and I'll make sure to get you connected with the team there. But without further ado, let's get into the prayer team.
Hey, Romeo. It's Kip, John, Bill Mendel from Illinois Creek, live at Illinois Creek. So I just wanted to say hello at the start of our interview. And before Bill Mendel, our drilling supervisor, takes off down to the camp, I want to introduce Bill on our far right there. And behind him are our custom drill rigs from Multi-Power in Kelowna and the mechanized drill sloop that Bill just drove up a few minutes ago. So, Bill, thanks for maintaining all the equipment. Looks like it's bright, shiny blue. Is that right?
You bet. We got them all nice and cleaned up at the end of last season. Just doing some pre-season maintenance, making sure everything's going to run good and get a bunch of core this year.
So, Kit, you're standing on ground. You first worked all the way back in 1981 as a project geologist for Anaconda. What's it like being back out here decades later with two drills turning?
It's great to be back. Been here many times since 1981, but this season is particularly an exciting one. We have our fully funded program, our two high-performance drill rigs. One is right behind us right now, and crews will be arriving in the next few days, and it's really a satisfying feeling to know that we're really moving this project ahead in 2026.
This is being called the most aggressive summer program in the company's history. For someone falling from their desk, what does that actually look like on the ground right now?
Be exciting if you're here. We have drills going. We have a number of crews in the field. Sage Langston Stewart, who's standing here with me, our principal geologist, has really a full technical crew for the first time in a number of years. And so there'll be geologists working, drills going. We'll have a number of consultants coming in doing our off-site studies, environmental baseline, etc. So it's really a good year. And Sage, you'll be doing all the technical work. How does it feel?
It's great. It's exciting to have boots on the ground, especially after all this planning this last winter. So it's really exciting to be here, to be getting our tents, our core shack set up, and have crews out on the ground already. So it's exciting.
Now, Kit, you're mobilizing a record freight load to the airstrip, something north of 100,000 pounds of gear, new excavator, additional fuel storage, the works. Talk me through what it takes to stand up to an operation like this in this part of Alaska.
Well, it actually takes months of planning. We've been planning this project since last October, November. Had a planning meeting in December with our whole crew to lay out the groundwork, and we have all kinds of coordination to do. We'll be bringing in some heavy equipment, new excavator, drill rods, things like that with limited air cargo. We bring in a C-130 Hercules. The strip over here was originally built. I started in 1981. It was a lot shorter and smaller than it is now. But now we could bring in 4,400 feet, and we bring in a C-130 with 50,000 pounds of freight. So that takes a lot of logistics. And then on the geology side, Sage Langston Stewart, who's next to me here, our principal geologist, a lot of work putting together, and this year we have a great crew putting together.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we've got a great team on the ground here, and we'll be getting a lot of supplies in here. So we'll have three C-130s with an excavator, a bulldozer, fuel tanks. What else? A couple of other things coming in. So it's going to be an exciting year, and our airstrip here is nice and dry, and we've been working hard to keep good maintenance of it. So we're excited to get some flights in this next week.
Now, Sage, Waterpump Creek is the high-grade silver heart of the district, and where a lot of the resource sits today. What's the main objective for you guys there this season?
Yeah, so this season we're excited to go back to Waterpump Creek. We'll be putting the first couple holes in the Waterpump Creek North zone, and then we'll transition over to the Waterpump Creek South zone and continue to chase for the mineralization on the south side of the fault there. So we're really excited about testing some targets there. We have some new geophysics from 2024, actually, from SkyTem, which was funded from the Alaska DGGS, as well as the Earth MRI project, which was a huge state survey that was really, really impactful for our exploration efforts here. So that's given us a little bit more insights, and we're excited to go test some new hypotheses over at Waterpump Creek, both Waterpump Creek North and Waterpump Creek South.
Silver Sage was a blind discovery last year. Nothing showing its surface until your team went looking. What convinced you that it was worth chasing?
Silver Sage was an exciting zone. I had run the soil lines for it in 2021 or 2022, and there were some weakly anomalous soils down there. And this last year we had an interesting year. We had the time and some geos to go out and do some trenching, which led us to the Silver Sage zone. So a little bit of soil geochemistry anomalies, a little bit of boulders on the surface with some siliceous breccias that seemed similar to what we've seen at Warm Springs. Additionally, we didn't have any data in that area of the district, and so in order to overall improve our geologic map and our district zonation, we needed some data over in that area. And so we went poking around and ended up finding some galena right on surface in the Silver Sage zone.
Yeah, and I would like to compliment Sage on that discovery. It really shows initiative and how a good exploration geologist puts together many different pieces of data from many years and then comes up with a plan. And in this case, it was astoundingly successful. And now we have really a third zone we're looking at that we hope to develop into a new resource. So that'll be great.
Thanks, Kit.
You're welcome.
You're describing Illinois Creek District as two separate CRD porphyry centers. Why is this important?
So the Illinois Creek and Waterpump Creek system is one system in the Illinois Creek District. And with the help of the SkyTem data from 2024, we were able to see these large-scale geophysical structures. So Illinois Creek and Waterpump Creek are two CRD, carbonate replacement deposits, associated with the same intrusive source, the same porphyry source. 10 miles away, we have the Round Top system. So the Round Top system it's a porphyry that was drilled by Kit here in 2016 to 2019, but there's CRD potential along the outside from that. There's the hubs and spokes. Round Top is the hub. So over there we have the hub, and we're looking for our TG and TG North targets, our CRD targets, which are the spokes. Versus over here at Illinois Creek, we have an unknown hub, but we have our Waterpump Creek, Illinois Creek, Silver Sage, Warm Springs. Those are all of our spokes, our octopus arms, over here at the Illinois Creek system. So Round Top is one system, Illinois Creek is another system, and there's a whole lot of potential between the two of these in this major CRD belt.
And that really brings us back to Dr. Peter McGaw, his big picture analysis of carbonate replacement deposits. One of his key takeaways and checkpoints is, are you on Main Street, such as early deposits he worked on in Chihuahua? There are multiple deposits. So before Waterpump Creek and Illinois Creek were really identified and described as a carbonate replacement deposit, there are no known CRDs in this part of Alaska. So we are now showing that there are two centers in the Illinois Creek District, one at Illinois Creek, one north of us at Round Top. And that is just shows that we fit into Peter's model, that we're really on Main Street, and this is really a true district. Multiple discoveries have been made, and multiple discoveries still will be made, and that's really one of the key takeaways. We have a lot of work to do, but we've accomplished a lot so far.
Some folks might not know the project carries a gallium credit, fairly significant, alongside the silver, gold, lead, and zinc. And gallium's become really kind of a flashpoint in the critical minerals conversation. How much weight are you putting on that piece, and how should investors think about it?
Gallium was almost unheard of by most people and a lot of geologists 3-4 years ago. But once the critical minerals and supply chain problems that the U.S. is facing became front and center, both politically and just economically, gallium was named number one on the U.S. critical mineral list. There's a lot of reasons for that, but it has some very important applications in electronics and active radar displays that are widely used by the U.S. military. So as a result of that, we had already been drilling most of the resource at Waterpump Creek. We collected a number of called composite samples to do our zinc and lead concentrates, studying the metallurgy and recovery. So we already had some large samples from multiple drill holes represented the deposit. And we analyzed those for gallium. Turns out we have some pretty significant gallium numbers. And in the concentrate, we found that gallium it's part of sphalerite, so it follows our zinc concentrate. And reported values that are done by ALS, our lab in Kamloops and British Columbia. So these are bona fide tests through metallurgical testing. They're not just grab samples from the surface. And showing that we have probably around 120 parts per million gallium. And we now have worked with a world-class refiner in Japan and know that the gallium can be extracted. So the value, it's very important from a permitting standpoint, a critical mineral standpoint. And once we learn more about testing and recovery of gallium, we'll put an economic factor on it. But right now, it's very important to make this deposit and this project high on the critical minerals list. So it's a great benefit.
Now, for both of you looking forward, people following along throughout the summer, what are the moments to watch for as results start coming back?
Alrighty, so we've got our geologists already on site on the ground. So we're doing soil sampling. We'll be doing some trenching and some backpack drilling here pretty quickly, and currently that is happening. And then we'll have our excellent drill crew coming in, first crew on the 10th, June 10th, and then second crew on June 13th. And the rigs will start spinning maybe even that same day. Then we'll get it processed over in the core shack as quickly as we can and get it shipped off to our lab. And then at that point, it'll be, 6 to 8 weeks or however long it takes for the lab to get us our assays back, and we'll be off to the races.
Yeah, I'd like to point out we are pretty unique from a junior explorer pre-development company. We own all our own equipment. Our nice drills in the background there came from Multipower in Kelowna. And very importantly, we've had the same drilling contractor, Moreport Drilling, who's been with us since 2016 when we started up at Round Top. Many of our drillers have been back 4, 5, even 6 years. A lot of continuity, and that enables us to have a very efficiently run program. So it's a great start. We've got some great equipment, a great team led by Sage, and I really look forward to some exciting results this summer.
Kit, I'll end with you. You spent a big chunk of your career on this district. Standing here, kind of looking at it now, what keeps you coming back?
Really keeps me coming back is the excitement of discovery. So this area was discovered in 1980-81 by Anaconda Copper Company. First discovery was actually Round Top, which is our Moreport copper. It's about 10, 12 miles to the northeast from us. That same summer, same crew discovered the Illinois Creek Gossan, which is about 4 miles to my right. Illinois Creek became a producing mine in the 1990s. And really, one of the earmarks of Illinois Creek is this is really a district. It's just not one deposit. In fact, the third discovery that doesn't get much notoriety lately, we want to start working on it again in the future, and that's the Honker Gold Deposit, which is right over the hill with me. Snow behind me, it's about 6 miles to the north. High-grade gold vein, intercepts of 6 grams of drilling, surface samples of well over an ounce per ton. That's something that we've had in our back pocket. We just want to continue working on. So really it's been a couple of years ago, we called this a new discovery that was 40 years in the making. And that's really been a long history. I started working here in the 80s. And very importantly, we've had a team that's been going through for a number of years, starting back then. Nate Brewer, who's one of our directors, was the geologist that discovered Waterpump Creek. So Waterpump Creek is right behind Sage and I. It's only about a mile due north, right off the end of the runway. And that's an example of a line discovery that took a lot of geology and now is one of our very important resources. But that's a lot of years, and as we move along, we've brought in and started with a new team led by Sage, who's standing next to me here. Sage, you've been with us about 6 years, I think, or 7?
I think this is my 7th year.
7th year, so that's great, and it's an example of really been very successful and very pleased to bring in new blood, new expertise, new thinking, and better handle on new technologies. And Sage, you've been working here a long time. What's your view of excitement of working at Illinois Creek?
Well, really, just marrying you, the exciting part is all the potential here and all the discovery. I mean, there's not very many places you can go out and dig a trench and find galena right on surface, right? So that's really, really exciting. It's been so fun watching things grow and develop in the last 7 years, and starting at Waterpump Creek and progressing, making the Silver Sage discovery this last year. Every year it's like I go to bed at night at camp and I can hardly sleep because I'm so excited to see what the drill core looks like in the morning, and yeah, it's a fun and exciting time, and lots of discoveries to be had, and we have a great team, and I mean, look at this is a wonderful place to spend the summer, so I love it. It's great. It's
It
exciting.
really is, and we've had a great team we've built up over the years, and mentioned Sage is now in her 7th year with us. Nate Brewer, I mentioned before, is a great mentor, spent many years working here. Joe Pekenbrock is our Chief Exploration Officer. Joe was out here working in 2002 when the Illinois Creek mine was just finishing and going into reclamation. And he actually staked the ground we're standing on snowshoes one year. So, and then later on brought in a good friend of mine from Tucson, Dr. Peter McGaw. We both went to the University of Arizona together. And that's an example. We've been able to build a team of really world-class geologists, and the future of this project is standing right here next to me. So good luck.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, Kit and Sage, thanks so much for joining me from site. And for everybody who watched this recording, thank you. Again, please do use the request meeting button at the bottom, but also hope you got your questions in. If you think of a perfect one to ask right after the event ends, I'll make sure it gets to the Alaska Silver team. But honestly, more than anything, thanks so much for joining us.